Afternoon everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's Wednesday afternoon, I think it's the 12th today. You have to bear with me, I'm not 100% sure on that. Thank you again, just as we start, thank you to everyone who's just taking the time out of their day to have a look at my uploads. I hope some of it resonates with you. As I always say, if it doesn't resonate with you, don't worry about it, just leave it behind. It's nothing to get worked up about this. Everything I'm going to go through in this is only my personal it's my personal beliefs. Doesn't mean it's true, so please do your own research, look into it. And just a little disclaimer for YouTube, because we do know they like to take down truthers at the minute. I am not a doctor, I am not a lawyer, I'm not an insurance broker, I do not claim to be any of these. Everything in this upload is just from my own research, my own personal views. It does not mean any of it is true. So please just take what resonates with you, leave the rest behind, but please just do your own research. That's all I'm asking everyone to do who does these uploads. I do ask you going forward if you would please share and like these videos, because I feel it's really important now that these start getting out amongst more and more people. If you're worried what people think about you for sharing them, look, just do what I do. I don't care what people think. This is what I believe is going on. Through my life experiences over many years and through other things. So there's a lot I want to touch on today. I'm going to touch on Freedom March, a series on telly I think you might be really interested in watching. Then I'm going to go back onto the CNN bloke who I spoke about a little while ago, allegedly the guy got filmed, and then on to insurance companies. Now, if this is true what I've found out, then it's really worrying for some of you, not for I think the people who watch these uploads anyway. And then I'm going to go across the drink and just talk about what little bits that's going on in America, seeing as our MSM don't really like to talk about anything apart from their agenda. So first of all, massive day coming up this weekend on the 15th. It's the second worldwide Freedom March. Last time 42 countries took part. Lo and behold, nothing, not a thing on MSM. The reason I'm bringing this up today is because I've had a few people say to me, why are they doing it? We're coming out of lockdown, etc, etc. Well, look, how people can think coming out of lockdown, being in lockdown, wearing face nappies, being told what you can and can't do is normal, I'll never understand. Bearing in mind that the Rona, the so-called illness, has still not been isolated in any country in the world. And you can check this, you can do your freedom of right to the British government, they will actually tell you this, CDC, World Health Organisation, NHS, it all states on all their websites. So look, I'm alleging it just to cover my bum on YouTube, but you can check on all these websites and it does say exactly that. So please, again, don't take my word for it, check it out for yourselves. And the other thing as well, the Rona's only going to be around as long as people who are perfectly well, for some reason, hypochondriacs, I think they all are, I don't know, we might not like what I'm saying, I'm not trying to trigger anyone, but why would you go and get tested when you're not ill? And all of these tests, allegedly, have been proven to give 90% false positives. So as I say, 9 out of 10 of you who are perfectly okay will go and get a positive test, and there's loads and loads of videos all over the internet showing you these where people have even used things like lemons, tap water, etc, etc. I won't bore you too much on that. So the Freedom March on the 15th is to wake people up. Well, why should you, me, you, anyone, uncles, aunties, uncles, have to take a test to go and watch a football match? Be told if we can or can't hug each other. Be told if we can go to a pub and eat inside in a restaurant. Again, I feel sorry for that sector. They're literally destroying it week by week. One good bit of news. So that's what the march is about. It's about our true freedoms. And if you think this is normal, then please take a step back, go through all my videos, do your own research, and look into it, because it really ain't. Trust me on that, it really ain't. I'm laughing about it because I find it so comical, and I really do now. Some of the stuff that you hear. One good bit of news at last is the children in this country. It's now been said that they don't have to wear face nappies at school. They should never have had to wear face nappies anyway. Bearing in mind, we were told months and months ago there's no point in them, and this is by the government. Doris himself said it. There's no point, it doesn't do anything, it's not helpful in the situation. A few months later, they tell you to wear them. And I still can't believe that I'm seeing people wearing them when they're sat in their own cars driving. I'm going to touch on that in a bit, actually. So, bearing that in mind, there's a TV programme I watched, it's got to be a year ago now. So I always say it's a pandemic, okay? You can believe what you want. But there's I watched this series. It's on I think it's Amazon. I think I watched it on Amazon. So there was a series called Utopia, which was on Channel 4 back in 2013, which you can watch on there, but you have to pay for that one. But there was an American version called Utopia, and there's an American pedo who works one of the main actors out of that place full of wood, where they all come from in it. They've only got the one series on there, but that one's free, so I watched that, and I won't lie, I watched it all back to back. I think there's like 12 episodes. Watch that, and bear in mind that's based on something that was released on Channel 4 in 2013, and then tell me this isn't a pandemic, okay? The reason I've put, it's not a clickbait, I've put on here, watch this before it gets taken down, is because I'm going to be skirting very close to the line in this video, and I don't know if it will or not. Hopefully it won't, and I really hope it doesn't. But yeah, watch that. Take in what you're watching, and it might just shock you what's going on there. I'm going to talk about the gentleman spoke about a little while ago. I think it was the upload before this one. A gentleman who allegedly quite high up in CNN. Don't know if you remember. He's got secretly recorded. Apparently, allegedly on a Tinder date, I think it was, or something like that, spilling beans about how fake the MSM are worldwide. Really, it's not just over the drink; it is worldwide. There was even a march the other day where a load of us were outside British one of the main media ones here, Boris's broadcasting channel, all saying what they thought about them. But yeah, back onto this guy. So he was recorded this time, so another bit of the actual date or whatever he was on. I'm only alleging it's this bloke. I'm not sure if it's been proven it's the guy they're saying it is, but it is a really clear video, so it would be very hard to get confused, I would have thought. So he's actually turned around in the latest one that I've seen, alleging that the media in America, certain channels, would have been the mainest, were falsifying the numbers to Rona, even the casualties, shall we call them. How they'd get phone calls and say you need to put the numbers up, there's not high enough numbers, etc, etc. Again, I'm not saying it's true, but you need to look into this. It's all over there. There's loads of platforms showing it. There's loads all over the internet. All you've got to do is look for yourselves. One thing I did find really interesting, because it's quite local to myself. I know I've got a London accent, if I still got a bit of it, but I live more central now. I saw a live feed yesterday, which was amazing. I'm really sorry, I can't remember the guys' names who were actually doing the live feed. I'm really sorry. I saw it on brand new Tube. Get yourselves over there. There's a lot of good stuff on there. Telegram, RoxyTube, obviously YouTube as well. There's loads and loads of information out there if you just want to look for it. And again, as I always say, a lot of what I say about is on your public domain websites, government website, ONS website, CDC website, WHO website, so NHS website. It's all on there. So you've just got to look for yourselves. I find it quite astounding how everyone will look for or order food or do their TikToks and whatnot, but they can't be bothered to check something that's as serious as this. So yeah, check it out and see what you think. As I always say, if someone's got a different belief to you, don't have a go at them. It's their free will. They can believe what they want, do what they want. I'm a strong believer in the only people who can say what goes in or on your body is only you or me for my body. Nobody else has got the right to do that in my personal beliefs and, human rights, etc. So, going back to, so I saw this live feed yesterday. So big up to the guys who did it, really, really good. Where they went to the Gedlin. So Gedlin's a place in Nottinghamshire. They went there and they printed off a lot of what I've been saying is available through government website. What's it called now? The English Public Health England website and things like that. And they actually went to the CEO of the Gedling Council. I believe his name's Mike Hill. I'm not sure. Don't take that for 100%. But that was the gentleman's name they mentioned. And it was just paperwork on things that I've covered previously. Saying that it's fraudulent, everything that's going on in a minute with face nappies, restrictions, etc., etc. Because obviously the council are, they're kind of enforcing it. And this has been going on since 19th of March. So, as I've mentioned before, if you go on the government website and the WHO, CDC and Public Health England, it states on all those websites on the 19th of March 2020, before we got locked down, states it that Rona is no longer a high risk. Right? It was no higher risk than flu or a common cold. And then we got locked down a few days later. So these three gentlemen have taken loads of documents stating this from the government website and all the websites I've mentioned and taken it to him and said, look, you need to cease what you're doing because it's fraudulent, because you're pushing it. You're pushing shutting businesses, allowing them to open, checking on them, face napping, etc., etc., etc. I'm not saying it's true. I'm just alleging it, so you can watch it yourselves, guys. But it's really, really good. He's even said the gentleman in it passed these papers on to 4 out of the 48 chief constables in the police forces up and down the country. He's had no response to it. So they're all aware what's going on, but it's lawless, isn't it, at the minute? They're just following the agenda. They're doing what they're told to do, in my opinion. But that's not an excuse, is it? Same as anybody in the, plus the NHS trust managers, they must be aware. Come on, wake up, wake up. It's just ongoing and ongoing. So yeah, really, really good. And it goes into things like proof, what I think it's page 6 on the Public Health England, where it even states about the tests are no good. What they're designed for, what they can do, and what they don't do. And that's all in there. It's all in front of your faces, guys. This is what is so frustrating for someone like myself. All you've got to do is take 20, 30 minutes out of your day and you'll find all this yourselves. So whether you choose to, that's your call at the end of the day, and I do get that. But if you're watching this, I'm sure you're very curious. Oh, you know probably as much as me, if not more. So we're going to go over to the drink now. I don't think I've spoke too much about America recently. Our brothers and sisters in America, all across the world in fact, there's a lot going on all over the world. There's more and more videos coming out, alleged videos from India, disproving what's being said on the televisions over here. But you can easily find that. It's a couple of clicks on your computer, watch it on your phone like I do, etc., etc. So, now this is only alleged, what I'm going to say now, okay? There are ongoing audits, I believe, in America through sources. I found this out. There's one state, allegedly, I don't know the name of the state, I'm not going to name it because there's so many states in America, where they're looking into the voter fraud. This has been ongoing for best part 6 months or so. And now they're saying one of the states, which our mate who likes falling upstairs and geriatric Joe, shall we call him, allegedly he won it. It's not allegedly, he won the state by just over 10,000 votes, and allegedly they've already found 250,000 illegal immigrants voting, which you're not allowed to do in America. and I'm guessing most of them would have been for geriatric drug. No surprise there, really. And there's more and more and more going on. The reason I'm bringing this up, so this is quite big, and I'm not, again, as I say, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a lawyer, I'm not a physician, I don't know insurances, policies, etc., etc. I do need to talk about that, actually. And I'm not part of the military, so I don't know how it works. So this is only stuff that I've found. I'm only alleging it, so please do your own research. So apparently there was a vote in America recently, all to do with the top military, allegedly about Trump maybe coming back, maybe not. I don't know. Don't know 100%. But apparently in the vote, some heated discussion, shall we say, happened, and there were allegedly a couple of arrests made. Now one of them was apparently the National Guard head, and General Milley. General Milley was quite high up. I don't believe he ever saw eye to eye with Trump. And I don't know if that's true. Again, this is only stuff that I found doing my own research over the last week. But I've heard this from 3 or 4 different sources now. So have a look into it. I don't know if you'll hear about it, but you might. But yeah, there's a lot going on behind the scenes. Again, another thing I found out, I don't know if you guys have been keeping an eye on the White House, but the White House has still got the fencing all around it. The fencing which I told you about, if it's to keep people out, why are the handles on the outside? And have a look at the flag situation around the White House as well. Very interesting flags around there. It's like, what should we say, similar flags that you'd have around the POW camp, shall we say. Now, another thing I've heard, now I'm only alleging it doesn't mean it's true, guys and girls, YouTube. There are some reports coming out that the military are actually using the White House to conduct military tribunals. Again, I don't know how true this is. You'll have to look into it for yourselves. There's no point putting the television on because they're not going to tell you any of that. I don't know what gender they're on at the minute because I just don't watch it. I try and touch base with it every week just to see what flannel they're coming up with at the minute. But to be honest, I can only bear about 10-15 minutes because it's just awful. Like I say, it's like 40 towers. And then yeah, I just find it very, very comical. One thing I do want to go on about, just want to touch base on, is now again, this is something I found through doing my own research again. Now I remember a few months back, I'm sure I mentioned this a few weeks back, all to do with the jibber jab, and if you take it, that's your choice, it's your freedom, it's up to you, it's your body, it's whatever you want to do. But I've implored all of you to please really, really look into this, as it's not FDA approved, it's FDA approved for emergency use. So my belief is you are part of the clinical trial. I'm only alleging this until the 1st of December 2023. Now part of this, I did wonder about insurance, etc., etc. Now I don't work in the insurance group, I'm not an insurance broker or anything like that. I don't pretend to be an expert at this. Again, this is only what I've found through various sources in various places. Now I did see something that was put out by Bupa, and I think I did cover this a little while ago. Now, allegedly, there's more and more insurance companies coming out and saying, I believe, I don't know, I believe it's like health insurance, life insurance, things like that. And some are even saying your mortgage, if anything was to happen to you, that because you're part of a clinical trial, allegedly, you will be null and void. So I'd really look into that. Even travel insurance might be why I'm not flying at the minute, but I don't know. I'm not an expert. I don't claim to be an expert. As I always state, this is only my personal views, what I've found from my own research. It doesn't mean any of it's true. Just take it with what you want. I'm not here to trigger anyone. I'm just here to try and wake you up. That's all I'm trying to do. Trying to get you to just see none of this is normal, what's going on, guys and girls. So yeah, that's quite scary. There was even one, I hope this isn't true, because as I touched on it earlier, that one person was saying, so I take this with a pinch of salt, that there's even talk that if you've got a face nappy on, you or another person, and you're involved in a motor vehicle incident, that might void your car insurance. So again, I've only heard that as a sort of a whisper, but I don't know. You'd have to look into it. Again, don't take anything I say as true. Just take what resonates and do some research. That's all I'm saying. So yeah, on that, I'm gonna leave you with all of that. I think I've given you a lot to think about. Oh, one thing I do want to go back on. Full disclosure, I've mentioned it a few times. It was something Trump, a parting gift, shall we say, has left. So it's getting closer and closer. I have just double checked it. I believe it has to be done June the 1st. And this involves like FBI, CIA, Pentagon. They have to fully disclose anything they know to do with ETs and vehicles off of the planet, etc., etc. So that's getting closer and closer. So yeah, as I always say, eyes on the skies, guys and girls. Eyes on the skies. Some amazing skies at the minute. I've got bang into my photography, just from my phone, getting some amazing pictures. So keep your eyes on there and see what you see, really. You might be pretty surprised. You might be shocked. Main thing is, guys and girls, I hope you're having an amazing week. I hope you're being nice to everybody you meet outside, whether it's in the park, your place of work. Down below in the comments, still being very shy there. Hopefully you'll get to comment on this. And I'm going to leave you with something, which I used to do at first. Going forward in the perfect world and everything's gone, all the Rona, everything's come out without full disclosure, some people are going to find it hard to comprehend, shall we say. That, like, this is just a scenario I'm giving you, that everything we've been told and taught in our lives is all a lie. But coming forward, how amazing would it be if little things, I don't know if you've ever watched Tesla documentaries. You get a chance, go onto my my playlist. There's a Truth one there's a really good one about Tesla. So say for instance everything was rosy and we come out the other side, but we come out to things like, I don't know, free energy, med beds where, I don't know, things like cancer wouldn't be an issue as such. I'm just alleging this, doesn't mean it's true, it's all hypothetical. And a new financial system where everybody gets treated fairly and there's no more poverty in the world. How amazing would that be? So the reason I'm bringing that up, I always think, if you're having a down day, try and find the positives in everything. Keep the vibrations high. Go outside, enjoy nature, enjoy meeting your friends, going out having a couple of beers in a beer garden, going down for a walk around the park, say hello to people you meet. Remember, we are human. At the minute with this unsocial distancing malarkey, that's all going to be knocked on the head soon. And there's going to be a lot of things being knocked on the head, so pardon the pun. So yeah, have an amazing week. Guys and girls, show loads of love and light and support to the people going out on the freedom marches across the world this weekend on the 15th. And let's see if MSM actually break the duck's back, shall we say, and actually admit what's going on in the world instead of their agenda. So anyway, thanks for tuning in again. I love you all. Loads of love and light. Have an amazing week, and I'll see you all again next week. Bye.